we could argue, oh, well, he had to go to this place. I'm like, I don't like that argument either. He wasn't chasing ring. Listen,
I
where he,
agree.
yeah, like he if he was legitimately chasing rings, there's dudes that the for a fact chase rings. Like we can go into a list of names,
Hmm.
but listen, I don't want to keep you here all night.
Yeah.
But there's a list of people we could name that we could say, oh yeah, they were definitely chased a ring at the back end of their career.
Also, like, I don't care about loyalty. Like, I'm over loyalty. These players do not have to be loyal to these teams. I'm sorry, they don't. Like, the owners are not loyal to them. As much as I want people to stay on my favorite team forever, I get it. It's a business. It's what you got to do. Like, look at this is not basketball, but like, look at Mike Trout. Like, one of the greatest baseball players ever. And his winning percentage in his career is awful.
Yeah.
Because he just wants to just stay there. He doesn't need to be loyal. He shouldn't be loyal. He should go somewhere else. But that's what it is.
Yeah, if Mike Trout went to the Angels and said, "I want to be traded," trade him.
Yeah.
Like because, like to your point, loyalty is great. No one's knocking it, but at some point there has to be a part of you that kind of goes,
right.
I do want to be on a team that means, yeah, I want to have some meaningful, seasons.
Yeah,
And
like Dame.
yeah, it's like at some point you're like, and I got upset about like when Dame was with Portland, and I went on social media, I went on Twitter and said, look, I understand I get it, my guy, I get it, but at some point, Portland's basically there. You can stay there and win 45 games a year.
Knock
whatever.
down the first round, maybe not make the playoffs. Like,
yeah, and you're in a very competitive Western Conference, and you're just never going to be like. Look at how many. Like when you look at the time he's made an All-Stars. Like if he was in the East, his numbers would look better. And to your point, like if I'm Mike Trout, look at some point in his career, I hope it's not too late. Go somewhere where
in surgery now.
Yeah, and it's like he's going to be a player that he's going to be a Hall of Famer, and we're going to look at his career and go, man, the Angels did absolutely nothing. And people argue, oh, well, he takes up the money. I don't buy that. It's like he's literally playing 162 essentially, and getting hurt, literally doing all he can, and because he was loyal, and people are like, oh well, he doesn't owe. He doesn't owe. It's like the argument with LeBron when LeBron left Cleveland the first time. What does he owe?
He didn't owe us anything. Just because he was born in Ohio, like he didn't owe us anything. He came back and he did something really awesome and great for us, which I'm absolutely grateful for. But like we weren't owed that.
Yeah,
but we got it, but we weren't owed that. So
yeah, you're absolutely right. And
it just makes me really mad because like it's the same thing if people go to like, let's say we're applying for a job somewhere. What if we get offered a job in a different city outside of where we're from, being paid all kinds of money more, a better opportunity than we have here? Like that's out of our control. We're obviously going to do that. You don't have to stay where you're from forever. People move all the time. He didn't have to stay here. He just somehow it happened that he got drafted here, which was awesome, but he doesn't owe us that.
Yeah. And I think people tend to forget that, like, listen, and I also argue before we transition is that, listen, sometimes moving can do wonders for you in a way like, listen, it's great that you want to stay and be loyal, but at some point